This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
Civil society organizations across the country have presented a document to the National Assembly focused on electoral reforms. The document, titled Citizens Memorandum, focuses on strengthening the independence of the National Electoral Commission (INEC), as well as amendments to the Electoral Act. Joining us on the conversation this morning is Yetunde Bakare, the program manager at IAGA Africa. Good morning and welcome to the conversation, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
What can you tell us in part or as such regarding this citizens memorandum? What is the actual focus?
All right. Thank you very much. This is a memorandum on electoral reforms articulate recommendations that the National Assembly should consider in the ongoing constitutional amendments, as well as the ongoing electoral amendment by the National Assembly committee. And what the bill has articulated are 37 recommendations for constitutional amendments as it relates to the legal framework of the conduct of elections, as well as 16 recommendations specific amendments to the Electoral Act. And some of the priority areas for the reforms are the areas that include INEC independence, efficiency, onboarding of INEC, electoral offences, election certification, introduction of diaspora voting, issues on the inclusion of people living with disability, as well as women, like special states, particularly for women to work for elective office, political party reforms, voter qualification, registration, early voting to allow for students who are on election day duties to be able to cast their vote, as well as electoral technology, risk management process, midterm elections, and candidate selection. So it just articulates all these specific areas for amendments into the framework for the conduct of elections.
It's interesting, your submissions, right? And I'm curious, are what we need electoral reforms or human reforms? And I ask this because in past elections, such as the ones we witnessed recently in Edo State last weekend, we saw how people, officials, and the electorates alike essentially maneuvered existing laws and processes to result in what the Labour Party candidate, Mr. Lumide Akpata, who was interviewed here on The Big Story, described as a charade, right? And which the PDP has basically been screaming blue murder about.
Thank you very much. That's an interesting question. And I think that legal reforms is also equally as important as human reforms. And the reason why I say that the elections are only conducted within the confines of specific legal frameworks that guide the conduct of the election, which looks at provision of the Constitution, the Electoral Act, as well as the guidelines that is developed by INEC. And if the laws does not provide adequate sections that caters to all the different processes in the elections, what we might then see is that we will have gaps within those laws. Human reforms, because humans are the ones who actually, at the end of the day, are the managers for the conduct of the elections. And I saw a statement that was attributed to the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, that said that we also need to reform the mindset. Our political parties play a very critical part in the electoral process, because the only platform to conduct for elections in Nigeria is two political parties. And if our political actors not put that mindset forward, that put the people first, that put the country first, and will continue to have some of these lapses that we continue to see during elections.
Right. Well, Ms. Bakari, I would like to thank you very much for your time and your expertise on this conversation this morning. Yetunde Bakari is a program manager at Yaga Africa, and she joined us to speak on a call by CSO, civil society organizations, on lawmakers, the submission of a memorandum to lawmakers, essentially touching on making amendments to the Electoral Act and strengthening the election umpire, INEC.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.